Okay, so you just mentioned what's currently being called type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is the insulin, for want of a better explanation. Type 1 is insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, and then type 2 is non-insulin dependent, so it's kind of a diet, what they call diet-controlled, or it can be modulated by the diet. So how does the model of diabetes, then, the current medical model of diabetes, differ from the research perspective on the cause of diabetes, before we get into articles and specifics?
In the late 19th century, two doctors doubted the theory that it was from eating too much sugar, because they died even faster when they made them not eat any sugar. So they began feeding first one patient with each doctor. They let them eat all the sugar they wanted, which was something like 3/4 of a pound a day of pure sugar added. And they very quickly recovered from the wasting disease and were able to go back to work after a few weeks of this super high sugar diet. And that gradually, their followers eventually saw that fructose was part of the sucrose standard sugar molecule, which got into cells and was metabolized without needing insulin. So for 50 or 60 years, many diabetics were able to eat a normal amount of sweetener in the form of fructose. But that never became the dominant treatment for diabetes, even though it is more or less as effective as the simply very high sucrose diet. But experiments looking for what was the cause of, in the case of young kids, the type 1 diabetes that was more common in girls than boys, it turned out to be sort of an autoimmune problem, inflammation killing off the beta cells. And it happens that in vitro and in animal experiments, you can stimulate the growth of stem cells in the pancreas with glucose. So it isn't glucose that's responsible for killing those cells. It's an inflammation reaction, and the inflammation causes breakdown of fatty acids, which cause free radical injury to the tissue. And because of that observation of the inflammation involving prostaglandins and fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, a few experimenters put lab animals on a totally fat-free diet, giving them only saturated fats or no fat at all, just carbohydrates and protein, vitamins and minerals, and then tried to give them diabetes by all of the standard methods of poisoning the beta cells of the pancreas in various ways so they couldn't make insulin. And these fat-free animals didn't develop the experimental diabetes the way all other animals do. So experimentally, it's been pretty well demonstrated that unsaturated fatty acids breaking down produce inflammation, which activate many of the processes seen in diabetes, the degenerative processes in the retina and nerves, for example, or where the damage starts very often before the blood sugar increases at all. So if you're getting retinal degeneration and have normal blood sugar, or if you're getting numb and tingly hands and feet and have normal blood sugar, it's clearly not the sugar which is responsible for the degenerative changes.